Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Lori Williams. I help individuals and corporations to create lasting mental and emotional wellness through holistic practices. Today I want to talk to you about how or why it's important as a leader to be able to show up energetically as your best. So essentially, as the leader, your energy pretty much sets the tone for your entire team. What I mean by that is energy is contagious. If you are feeling down and out, if you are feeling fearful, your team is going to feel that as well. Maybe you may not understand the wording of what I mean by energy, so I want to give you an example of what energy is, because I guarantee you've experienced this kind of interaction. So have you ever walked into a room or even just met an individual and just something felt off? That you could have maybe picked up that they were feeling anxious, that they were feeling overwhelmed, that they were feeling fearful, whatever the case may be. That is you showing your ability to be able to energetically read that other person or to read that room. Every human being has the ability to do this, and it is so important in the workspace as a leader to make sure that you are bringing the energy you want to bring to the table rather than, the energy of fear or the energy of any kind of like low vibe energy to your team. As I said, energy is contagious, and essentially you as a leader, you're going to set that emotional tone. If you're calm and grounded and optimistic, your team is going to pick up on that, and they will mirror that back to you in most cases. It actually creates a space of psychological safety and stability for your team, and that's why it is so important. If a leader is anxious or reactive or even withdrawn, you guarantee the energy of the team is not going to be, super optimistic and open-minded or things like that. So your energy is also going to affect your decision making. The energy of fear versus the energy of optimism, two completely different energies. So make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do to take care of. And you're going to know what your energy is at based on your emotions. So that's essentially what is controlling your energy is your emotions. If you're going through some hard times at home, it's going to translate into your work life because, you're human. And as much as we try to disconnect from personal from professional, it doesn't always work that way because we're taking all parts of us everywhere we go. You want to make sure that you understand too that as a leader, your energy is going to shape the overall work culture. If you have, like a hustle and you're constantly pushing yourself, your team is going to receive that you're doing the same with them as well, which is not necessarily the kind of culture that a lot of people are going to be happy to work within. It affects retention and overall workplace morale. Again, that being in that fear state for your team, it's not a good place to be. They tend to not necessarily trust the leadership when the energy is in that fear state. So ultimately, the bottom line is the right energy isn't about being like high energy or having a lot of charisma or anything like that. It's about being intentional, very emotionally aware of yourself, and energetically responsible, meaning it is your responsibility as the leader to kind of check in with yourself and make sure that if you are struggling emotionally with something, that you're able to look at that, you're able to deal with that on your own before you're putting yourself in a position of like having huge meetings and things like that with a lot of other people around you, because I guarantee you they're going to pick up on whatever the energy is that you're putting out there. A leader's inner state is like basically the most important strategy in the room. If you can really honor and hone in on your emotions and your energy and make sure that everything that you're putting out there is exactly what you want to put out there, that is a business strategy that many people aren't doing, but everybody should. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you back here next time.